watching Rogers TV.
Welcome to Educate, Inform, and Challenge. My name is Teresa MacLennan. I'm the Executive Director of the Women and Children's Shelter at Barrie. We are so glad that you, our community, have joined us today. Before we begin, I did just want to do a bit of a shout out to a lovely group of folks that I met the other day at the IOOF on Dean Avenue. And I had the privilege of coming to your coffee chat group. And there were so many of you that came up to me that said you watch our show and that you really enjoy it, and you've learned a lot. And so I just want to say hello, because I am sure that you're going to be watching us today. And again, it was just really, really nice to meet you. And thank you for all that lovely feedback that you gave to us. So today, of course, the purpose of our show, talking about the lives and experiences of women in leadership, women in politics, violence against women, and human trafficking, a real vast array of topics. And so today we're going to be talking about an event that's happening for the Women and Children's Shelter and really across the globe. And so stay tuned. Before we begin that, we do want to thank our Indigenous community. Thank you for allowing us to have these conversations on these treasured traditional lands. And we are very, very appreciative to be allies, to be partners with you. Thank you. So I'm pleased to introduce my guest, Deb James, who is the Community Development Manager here at the Women and Children's Shelter of Barrie. And Deb is going to fill us in all the great details about a very large event that's coming up for us, International Women's Day, which is on Friday, March the 8th. And this really is an initiative, a recognition that happens around the world. So we're going to learn more about that today. And we're also going to learn how you can participate, because we would love to have community participation in that day. So welcome, Deb. We'll dive right in.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me back to Rogers TV. I always love jumping on with you and talking all things Women and Children's Shelter in Barrie.
Yeah, super. So let's start at the beginning. I kind of already introduced you. You're our development manager. Let's start at the beginning, talking about why is fundraising and events like this important, in particular to our agency?
Oh, it's so important. It's such a big part of what we do at the shelter. I mean, we do receive money, we do receive funding at the shelter, and we are so appreciative of that. I will continue to say it's not enough. It's just not enough. And in order to make up the shortfall from what we're receiving from government funding, then that's where I come in, and it's about working with local groups and organizations and wonderful businesses and just people and groups who want to help us and fundraise. And that can be in the form of a donation. It could be as simple as somebody bringing in, I've got some toilet paper and paper towels and food for the shelter. And we certainly welcome those types of donations. Money is key. It's big. It's cash is always what we're looking for as well, to look at that, to fill in the distance, I guess, between what we receive and what we need. And it's about $400,000 a year. So events like International Women's Day, our Empowerment Luncheon, Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, third-party events. A lot of businesses decide to do their own thing and do a little fundraising themselves. We love third-party events as well. It's just so important so that we can continue to do the work we do for women and children in Barrie and Simcoe County.
And it might be really helpful for our community to know that we are a 27-bed shelter. We have dedicated beds for human trafficking victims, and we are only supposed to provide 27 beds. And with that, we used to receive about 75% of funding from the Ministry of Community, Children, and Social Services. Unfortunately, we are at 35 beds now because we just always have an overflow. What that translates financially for us is now we only receive 60% of the funding to keep the lights on. And so we have a significant fundraising target every single year to provide for every single need for the women and children that come here. So every meal, every hygiene supply, every toothbrush, every bottle of shampoo, every pair of pajamas, every school snack, we provide that for the women. Transportation, all of our programs and services are free of charge because we don't want to create barriers for women and kids to get the help that they need. We want to reduce those barriers. So just a little tidbit of information just to kind of close that gap about what Deb's talking about, this huge need that we have for fundraising. And so that brings us to International Women's Day. Yes, it is a fundraising event, but it is also so much more than that, an awareness campaign. Can you talk to us about the history of International Women's Day?
It goes back quite a long way, like to early 1900s. I think it was 1910 or 1911 that it was a German activist. Her name was Clara Zetkin, and she originally started the rally the troops, rally the women, and really was that first lobbyist. And to say, you know what, we need to come together. We need to come together as women. We need to get the vote at that point. Just even getting the vote and women's rights was so far off the beaten path. But she really started, I guess, what would be the first incarnation of a Women's Day. And from there, it's snowballed, it's grown, and it's become an international event. And it's going on all around the world. Canada, of course, is very much a leader when it comes to International Women's Day and activities and events that are going on. But it's really, truly an international worldwide event. And it's just so great to see women coming together, whether it's at a luncheon like we're doing, or just, marching through the streets, feeling safe, feeling together, collectively, women coming together. So there's just so many great ways to celebrate International Women's Day.
I love when International Women's Day comes around every year because on that day, at that moment in time, we have our luncheon and we, of course, have this great rally that you'll be talking about, all those things. I love thinking about that around the world in different capacities, women and communities and men and families are celebrating. There is such a joining that comes together in community around the world. And it is, yeah.
This year the theme is inspire inclusion, and it talks directly to that. It's just bringing women together, yes, and of course we want women to be at the forefront of our activities, but it's inclusivity. It's everybody. You love your mom and your sisters and your children and your daughters and the women in your life. It's about celebrating all the people that want to celebrate the women in their lives.
And of course we celebrate the movement and the great progress that as women we've been able to achieve, the women who came before us have been able to achieve, and the women who will come after us will be able to achieve. Unfortunately, we have not reached a gender equitable place in our lives. Women still make considerable less than their male counterparts doing the exact same work. And so we still have work to do, but we have seen incredible gains, and that has taken the voices of women and men to say that we need to have that change continue to move in a positive forward direction. And International Women's Day very much celebrates those successes that we together as a community have been able to bring about, and the future and what that looks like as well, right? So, so Deb, I know you haven't been with our agency too long, but certainly long enough. Do you know how long we have been doing an event for International Women's Day?
putting me on the spot, but I know that the rally part, the walking, has been synonymous with the Barrie Women and Children's Shelter. So we've been helping women and children for over 40 years. So that has always been an activity that we've been attached to and very proud to be part of every single year. And that continues. That continues every single year. The Empowerment Luncheon grew, kind of sprouted around your tenure here at the shelter. So it's been a few years, and it was just seemed like a natural spot. Just like, why don't we take International Women's Day, why don't we grow it, evolve it a little bit? Why don't we come up with a women's empowerment luncheon? And we've been doing that now for about the last, COVID kind of made a little dip in there, but we're back, we're live, and it's been going gangbusters for the last number of years.
Yeah, every the walk and the rally, that's always been a big part of what we do. And like I say, it gets better every year. The community is more International Women's Day. This is not an our agency thing. This is very much a global movement. And so the Georgian College, different places like that will be celebrating International Women's Day as well. And so very quickly, because I know we're going to head to a commercial in just a couple of minutes, how are the funds used that are raised through this event for us?
This goes directly back into what we do, and that's helping women and children, fleeing, intimate partner violence. So they come to the shelter. So it's the day-to-day operating of the shelter and making sure they're safe and making sure they're fed and making sure we turn our lights on and making sure that they get the supports that they need. And whether that's counseling and we help with legal aid, we help with safe, affordable housing as well. And of course, with that, we have second stage housing as well. So, I try to put it, very quickly, but it's our day-to-day and it's what we do every single day. So we're hoping to raise $20,000 this year to go right back into, keeping women and children safe.
And so how are you feeling about where we are in terms of getting close to that goal so far? Are we sort of on track to that, do you think?
You know what? We've had great response this year. Our early bird tickets, that has been phenomenal, and we're seeing really great response for that. Right now, it's regular ticket pricing that'll go into effect for most of February, $75 a ticket. And I think we're going to have a full house. We've had a full house every single year, and we're going to fill our beautiful venue, which is Barrie Chrysler. And I think we're on track to hit that $20,000, and I don't want to jinx herself, but maybe more.
Yeah, super, super. So we are going to head into a very, very short break, and then we're going to come back and dive into exactly what is happening, in terms of our shelter for International Women's Day throughout the day. And just as Deb has alluded to, the funds that are raised from this event go directly into the care and the support for our women and our kids, both in shelter and in the community as well. So if you think about from the time you wake up every day, all of the things that you need and that you use in the course of one day are the things that we provide for every woman and child in the shelter. And also we support women in the community that need our help. And we all know that this is a very difficult time for many folks in our community with the cost of things. And so we want to help out where we can. So we're going to take that quick break now. When we come back, we're going to dive in a little bit deeper and know what's happening on that great day. So please stay with us and we will be right back.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
This is a brain in urgent need of mental health care. But because 3 out of every 4 Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, she may not get the help she needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
Welcome back to Educate, Inform, and Challenge. I'm Teresa MacLennan, the Executive Director of the Women and Children's Shelter of Barrie, and we're having a great discussion with the Community Development Manager, Deb James, here at the shelter, and we are talking about International Women's Day. Happens every year on March the 8th. This year, that is a Friday, and we're talking about the events that are being led by our shelter. And just so we want to educate our community, and we really hope that many of you listening will want to participate in that day. So we've got a variety of things that are planned, and we're going to talk to Deb about what that looks like. And, you know, there are other groups in our community, agencies that are having their own events as well. We encourage you to find out what they are. Celebrate that day. It is a very important day for all of us to celebrate. So in whatever capacity you can, please try to participate. So Deb, let's dive back in. So let's talk about what does our event look like?
Well, it's a real celebration. We just encourage, and I know traditionally we've talked about the Women's Empowerment Luncheon, but you know what, guys, we'll come on down, as Bob Barker used to say. We would love to see anybody and everybody who wants to celebrate women in this community, and there's so many wonderful women that will be attending. So you know, it is predominantly the room fills with lots of women, but there's certainly guys are allowed as well. It's Friday, March the 8th. We've talked about the date. That is International Women's Day. We're going to be at Barrie Chrysler and their beautiful showroom right on Dunlop Street in Barrie. They've been our hosting our venue, our hosting sponsor now for the last couple of years, and it's just such a wonderful space. So they take all the cars out for us and empty it out, and we've got all this beautiful space, and we bring in vendors, and we have different booths that and we're still, you know, if you're still interested and would like to put in, you know, a booth of some description, just reach out to me, Deb at barrieshelter.com, and we can certainly talk and try and find you space. But it can be, you know, it's lots of shopping opportunities for anybody that wants to stop by, and in past we've had you know, jewelry, and we've had makeup, and I believe the nail lady is coming again this year, which is fantastic. There's been you know, hand massage, and there's been the, you know, just a wonderful day of pampering for women. So we're looking forward to that. We have a very large raffle set up, and a silent auction. We've got some amazing sponsors and businesses and donors that have come forward to help us out and given us some great items. So an opportunity to make a few more dollars. There's a fundraising component again for the day, so an opportunity for us to help raise some more money, and hopefully you do some fantastic shopping courtesy of the Women and Children's Shelter. And then there's a catered lunch, which we're so looking forward to, and of course we will have a guest speaker, which we are thrilled this year, Brandy Ference. And I believe, Teresa, you've had a chance to actually chat with her before on the program, and you know what a dynamic speaker that she truly is. She's just amazing. She is the CEO Fair Trades Toolbox, and she is such a wonderful speaker and advocate. This is like a mentor for women in the skilled trades, just getting women, you know, into. She's an HVAC operator herself, but she's also a professor at Georgian College. But she's just such a great voice for women, and leading the charge when it comes to skilled trade. So I'm so looking forward to having that, to listening to her speak, and she's our keynote speaker. And I think it's going to be a fantastic day. I think it's going to be great. Starts at 11 o'clock at Barrie Chrysler.
Okay, so just to recap, so the doors open at 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Can come in, they can browse all of the auction items, silent auction items that we have. And I think there's probably going to be at least 50 really nice items that we are going to be auctioning off. We'll also have the business community that will have tables there that want to educate the community about their business. They may be selling some of their things as well. And then we're going to all sit down and have a lovely lunch together. And then we will launch into hearing our wonderful guest speaker, Brandy. Deb?
Forgot to tell you, the 8-foot charcuterie board that we had last year was such a hit that we've decided to bring it back. So we have that to look forward to as well.
Super. So after all of the food, the great food, then we'll listen to our wonderful Brandy speaking again. And I believe that Brandy won an award as in 2020 as one of the most powerful women across Canada. And so a really great dynamic speaker. And hopefully some of you will remember when we spoke to her here on our show. So that is the luncheon part of the day. But what is happening later on?
Okay, so once you've had a lovely lunch and you are just so full of, feeling so wonderful, we want you to take that energy and we want you to go to Barrie City Hall for 5 o'clock. So right after work, come to Barrie City Hall. We're going to get together. We're going to rally the troops, rally the women, and all the people we're going to take to the streets like we do every single year. And we're going to head down around from City Hall, down around just one block, and we're going to come back up again. And it's just such a great way to finish up the day. Like I said, take that energy, take that sisterhood, take the warm and fuzzies, if you will, from the day, and finish off, International Women's Day on a high note.
So the rally is, I love every part of everything that we've done for International Women's Day. I have to say that the rally is something very near and dear to my heart because we really do take over the streets. Now, mind you, we are walking on the sidewalks and not the streets, but there is a large group of us and we encourage men to come and walk with us as well. We want men, children, women in the community. Come and bring your sign. We will have signs made up as well so you can walk through the streets, just really sending the message that International Women's Day is to be celebrated by everyone in the community. And so you come on out, bring your kids, bring your partner, and we're going to walk together. There will be an accessible route as well. So please just know if you have any accessibility needs that we have thought of you, and we absolutely have a more condensed route that you can take that will be much more accessible and friendly in that way. We walk a little bit more than a block. So we will probably be going over Collier Street down to Dunlop and then back up to the Barrie City Hall Rotunda. But, come on out, dress warm. We never know what the weather is going to be like on that day. Prepare for everything and anything, but just come fired up. And we want the community to come out, and that is a free event. And so no need to purchase tickets for that in any way. And I would just say to the community, if you are aware and you know about pussycat hats, if you have your pussycat hat, please wear your hat. It has definitely become a symbol of our march through the streets of downtown Barrie for International Women's Day. So how, Deb, can the community become involved?
Okay, this is the best part. So tickets right now are available. Let's go back to the luncheon, I guess, first of all. They're $75, but it's, we talked about it. It's a very full luncheon and there's lots going on. And it's really a chance. We see groups and people and women that come to it every single year and they see their friends again. And it's a chance just to connect and have a great day with your friends. So tickets are $75. They are going fast. I do have to mention that we sell out every single year, so please don't think about it too long. We want everybody who wants to go to come and get your ticket if you'd like to join us. So, and that information's on our website, barrieshelter.com, and you'll see the luncheon information. Click on it, it'll take you right to Eventbrite, and you can purchase your tickets there, which is great. And then for the rally, keep looking for our socials as well. We have a very constant and a busy social media feed when it comes to Facebook and to Instagram. So we have the information there. And just reach out to us. Reach out to myself, Deb at barrieshelter.com for more information. But the best bet is just to keep checking our socials and to check our website for all the details. But I can't tell you enough that the tickets are they're most definitely going to sell out. So please don't wait too much longer. We want you there. We want to see you there for International Women's Day.
And we're anticipating 140 for lunch. So it's a significant event that happens in the community with a really great turnout. And so also, Deb, what if somebody wants to support the event in terms of sponsoring?
Yes, we will. There's lots of sponsorship opportunities. I mean, a simple sponsorship can be even purchasing tickets for some women in maybe at the shelter, maybe in our outreach who couldn't actually afford to go if they couldn't go. You can actually purchase a ticket for somebody else. And again, you can reach out to me directly if that's something that you might like to help out with. If you can't attend yourself, you can purchase tickets for the event. You can sponsor a table. You can sponsor, help with our luncheon. You can help with many different things. And again, I'm the contact for that. Just reach out to me and I will, I'll talk to you. You can also help. We talked about the auction and about our raffle. And there's been so many great local businesses that have donated prizes, put a basket together. And it's a great way to advertise for your business, get the word out for your business, and you're helping us at the same time. So certainly we can talk about that as well. So talk to me or Katie here at the shelter.
And what about vendor tables? What would that look like for someone?
Yeah, a vendor table is pretty easy. We can still squeeze you in on positive because the showroom, the venue is so big and beautiful. So I'm sure that we can still do a few more vendors. And if you're interested, you can reach out to me. And like I said, think about it's a great opportunity for your business. You've got such a nice, cross section, a melting pot of Simcoe County and Barrie and all these wonderful women. So it's really a great way for you to get the word out about your business, kind of showcase what you're about. And you've got just such a wonderful captive audience for the duration of the luncheon. So I think it's a great opportunity. If you're interested, it's not too late. Get a hold of me, Deb at barrieshelter.com, and we'll get you in there. No problem.
So your $75 ticket gets you a beautiful lunch, right from, this wonderful charcuterie spread to, wonderful meal, and then dessert, tea, coffee, the vendor tables, the raffle and silent auction, and some really great swag. So yes, we always have lovely swag bags that everyone receives as well as part of your ticket purchase. So Deb, we've got about 1 minute left. And so we've talked a great deal about the luncheon. Doors open at 11. We probably wrap up closer to 1:30 for that event, right?
Yes. This is an opportunity for you to be a true advocate for women and to be part of something very special.
Okay, thanks so much. And please join us Friday, March the 8th, International Women's Day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
The Hit UK show is back with a brand new season.
I'm so happy to be back.
12 unusual suspects.